Alright, so if you're sitting on the floor, be sitting in Vajrasana ideally, otherwise any comfortable position is fine. We'll chant one Om and say the prayers, so hands in Dhyan Mudra. Re Chak Purak
Om.
Hands in Namaste position. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rub the palms together, spread the energy of the face, open the eyes. And we'll start with Pranakarshan Kriya. 5 repetitions. Make the breaths as deep as you can. Re Chak Purak Re Chak Purak Re Chak Purak Re Chak Purak Re Chak. One more time. Purak Re Chak. Breathe normally. Now start the Brahma Mudras. 5 variations. First 3 with breath control. Start with the first one, moving the head to the left and the right. Re Chak Purak. Move the head to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch the neck as much as you can. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Re Chak Purak. To the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Re Chak Purak. To the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Re Chak Pura. To the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stretch. Come back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Recha. Second variation, dropping your head to the left of the right shoulder, stretching the opposite arm out, and using the hand on the same side you drop your head to pull it down further. Recha. Pura. Drop the head to the left shoulder, stretch the right arm out, left hand pull the head down further. Come back. Recha. Pura. Head to the right shoulder, stretch the left arm out, right hand to pull the head down further. Come back. Recha. Pura. Head to the left shoulder. Come back. Recha. Pura. Head to the right shoulder. Come back. Recha. Third variation, dropping the head back. Recha. Pura. Drop the head back. Face the front. Recha. Pura. Drop the head back. Face the front. Recha. Now do the gentle jerks of the head. Just loosen the neck before we start. And we'll start. Left, center, right, center. Left, center, right, center. Left, center, right, center. Now the 360-degree rotation of the head, so drop your chin to the chest. Start the movement to the left, back, right, front, left, back, right, front, left, back, right, front. Stop, change direction, go to the right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front. Stop, lift your head up, rub the palms together, spread the energy of the face, open the eyes. Now let's do the shoulder exercises, starting with the left shoulder up and back. Both shoulders up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fingers of both hands in the respective shoulders, elbows touching in the front. Touch the wrists or the hands behind your head. And let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we'll do the bending postures, Naman Mudras. First one, hands in Namaste position. Elbows close to the body, back upright, eyes closed. For this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of earth. Om Prithve Namaha. Recha. Purak, arms go up. Rechak, bend forward from the hip joint, arms fully outstretched as you go down. Keep the arms outstretched for a short while. Now retract your hands, bring them close to the head, relax the body and breathe normally. Four things to be done simultaneously on when I say Rechak. Breathe out, straighten out the arms, bring your head back in line with the spine and apply the Mool Bandh or the root lock. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Second variation, arms behind your back, right hand in the left palm, thumbs interlocked, elbows are not bent, shoulders thrown back, opening up the chest. For this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of water. Om Jalai Namaha. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Bend forward, head in line with the spine as you go down. Keep your arms outstretched for a few seconds. Now drop your head, slide your hands up the back, drop the elbows, relax the body and breathe normally. Again, four things on Rechak. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Third variation, hands at the lowest part of the abdomen, fingers interlocked, elbows close to the body, shoulders thrown back, opening up the chest. For this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of fire. Om Agnaye Namaha. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Drop your head, drop your elbows, relax the body and breathe as normally as you can. Once again, four things on Rechak. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Fourth variation, arms folded behind the back, each hand holding the opposite elbow. For this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of air. Om Vayave Namaha. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Drop your head, relax the body, breathe normally. This time, three things on Rechak because we did not move our arms after coming down. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Fifth variation, arms folded in the front, For this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of space. Om Akashaya Namaha. Re Chak Purak. Re Chak. Bend forward, arms remain overhead all the way down. Drop your head, relax the body, breathe normally. Once again, three things on Rechak. Rechak, Purak, Rechak. Rub the palms together, spread the energy of the face and open the eyes. Now if you're on the floor, you can stretch your legs out, loosen the joints of the legs. And then come and sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. And we'll do Kapalbhati, 54 with each individual nostril, hold for a count of 10, 100 with both nostrils, hold for a count of 108, with both nostrils, hold for a count of 20, and we'll do Amarkruti. Re Chak, half Purak, close the left nostril and stop. Hand down and hold your breath. Purak. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Now the left nostril, Re Chak, half Purak, close the right nostril and stop. Hand down and hold your breath. Purak. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Now do 108 counts with both nostrils and then Amakruti after holding for 20 counts with locks applied. Re Chak, half Purak and stop. Apply locks and hold your breath. Vayu Sah Purak and hold. Gulp the air. Recha. Purak. Recha. Purak. Recha. Now do Parshva Kapalbhati, side Kapalbhati for a count of 20 on each side. Hold for a count of 10 in the exhale condition initially, and then for a count of 10 in the inhaled condition. Recha. Half Purak. Turn to the left and stop. Hold. Purak. Hold your breath with chin down. Release and recha. Purak. Face the front. Recha. Purak. Recha. Now do it on the right side. Recha. Half Purak. Turn to the right and stop. Hold. Purak. Chin on the chest and hold your breath. Release and reach up. Purak. Face the front. Reach up. Purak. Reach up. Now we'll do Ujjayi, all three variations, 3 repetitions for each one. Start with Saral Ujjayi, sitting as you are. Recha. Purak. Recha. Purak. Recha. Purak. Recha. Madhya Ujjayi, to expand our lungs horizontally. Recha. Purak. Recha. Re Chak. Purak. Re Chak. Urdhva to expand our lungs vertically. Re Chak. Purak. Re Chak. Switch arms. Purak. Re Chak. Switch arms. Purak. Re Chak. Now we'll do Basra, 40 counts facing the front, and hold for a count of 20 after that, with locks applied if you can. Re Chak. Half Purak. And start. Apply locks and hold your breath. Ujje Purak. Re Chak. Silent Purak. Re Chak. Purak. Re Chak. Now we'll do Naad Sadhana. Chant 3 ohms after 3 Ujjayi breaths. Then we'll do a quiet, silent meditation for a few minutes. And then we'll chant 2 Hastakarna Baddha ohms. Re Chak. Purak. 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 Listen to the lingering sound of the Om in the mind and observe your breathing. How we breathe in and how we breathe out. For the next few minutes, focus on the Ajna chakra at the center of the forehead between the eyebrows. Now with love in our hearts and enthusiasm in our voices, let us chant 2 Hastakarna Bad Oms to invoke the divinity within us. Cup your palms, place them over the ears, thumbs on either side of the voice box and the fingers behind the head. Re Chak Purak Purak Rub the palms together, spread the energy of the face and open the eyes. Now today for pranayam we'll do type 3 Basrika pranayam. We did type 1 and 2 yesterday, so today we'll do 3. Now just as a quick refresher, in the first one, type 1, everything is done with 2 nostrils, the Kapalbhati as well as the Purak and Recha. In the type 2 Basrika pranayam, Kapalbhati is done with both nostrils, but the Purak and Rechak are done with individual nostril. First time the right nostril Purak and left nostril Rechak. The second time the left nostril Purak and the right nostril Rechak. Now in type 3, the Purak and Rechak are exactly the same, but the Kapalbhati is also done with individual nostril. So first time with the right nostril and the second time with the left nostril. So that is the only difference. So we'll do the same counts as always. 21, 21 for Kapalbhati and then holding in Bayakumbhak. 5 for Purak. 20 Antakumbhak. 10 Rechak. And 5 in Bayakumbhak. But remember, all individual nostrils. So let's start. Rechak. Half Purak. Close the left nostril and start. Stop, hands down, hold your breath. Purak with the right nostril. Antakumbhak with locks. Rechak with the left nostril. Hold in Bayakumbhak. Purak, both nostrils. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Now the other way, starting with the left nostril. Rechak. Half Purak. Close the right nostril and start. Hold your breath. Purak with the left nostril. Antar come up with locks. Rechak with right. Hold. Purak. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Rub the palms together, spread the energy with the face, open the eyes, and over to you for asanas.
Yeah, so leave the chair here for the first couple. We're going to do Svanasana and Matrasana. Okay, so I told you I would tell you a little bit about how you can increase bone density. So I'm going to show you some asanas, but I was very surprised in my research to find this. So when you hold a pose where you are opposing one group of muscles against another, it creates a force that stimulates osteoblasts, they call them, which are bones making cells that are at first on the outside of the bone, but then apparently they become osteocytes that become embedded in the bone. That's how bone density is built. So first they create osteoblasts. You know, when we do, for example, when we raise our leg, and I do it on Wednesdays, when we raise our leg, hold it near the ankle and try to touch the forehead to the knee. What happens is you are stretching your hamstring muscles at the back of the leg, but you're also, the opposing muscle is the quadricep in the front. Both of them get exercised. When that happens, apparently a force that stimulates osteoblasts. So these cells suddenly develop, and then they are first on the outside of the bone, and then they get embedded in the bone and they become osteocytes. So that is something I didn't know. I knew that you build bone density by doing certain asanas, but I didn't know how that happened. So that's new for you and for me. You know how after menopause, there is reduced estrogen and progesterone, the two hormones, and that weakens bones, especially, of course, in women. Yoga can actually counteract the effect of hormonal changes. Studies have shown that there are 12 poses in particular, if done every day. They made some women do these 12 asanas every single day and hold them a little longer, and they found that the bone density actually increased. So yoga, apart from building bone density, what is very important is balance and flexibility and muscle tone. You know, as we grow older, we lose muscle mass, and we also tend to lose our balance because of the loss of the muscle mass. So you need to build balance, you need to build flexibility, and you need to build strength. And yogic postures do all three. In way, almost every asana helps with building all these three things: balance, flexibility, and strength. But when you build balance and flexibility, and of course muscle tone, you prevent falling and fracturing bones. Yoga also enhances mental balance, and you become more alert. And when you're more alert, you're less likely to fall, right? Lastly, yoga helps to manage stress and anxiety, which can affect bone strength. The calming effect of yoga reduces cortisol levels. You know what cortisol is? The stress hormone. You know how endorphins are feel-good hormones like serotonin, melatonin, that helps us to calm down and they're feel-good hormones. But cortisol is a stress hormone. And the more cortisol there is in your system, the worse you feel in terms of inflammation, aches and pains and everything. So the calming effect of yoga reduces cortisol levels, and stress increases cortisol in the body. And this is another thing I didn't know, that when cortisol is increased in the body because of stress, it breaks down bone. I did not know that. But I know that stress is bad generally. For health, we need to reduce stress along with trying everything else. And remember always, what food you eat can have a big effect on how strong your bones are, apart from, of course, the rest of the body. So the first asana we are going to do for bone density is called Shwanasana. It's the dog posture. So those of us who are on the floor are going to go in a tabletop position. So you want to make sure that your wrists are right below your shoulders. Spread your fingers out to give you a good base, and make sure that your knees are right below your hips and your back is flat. Now what you're going to do is you're going to raise your left leg up and you're going to raise your right arm, the opposite arm. And then you're going to try to stretch your fingertips as far away from your toes as possible and hold that for a little bit. This not only builds bone density but also improves your balance. Now bring that hand down and the leg down. Now raise your right leg up and your left arm, the opposite arm. Again, stretch your fingertips away from your toes as far as possible. So in both ways you're stretching. And then come down and sit for a few seconds just to catch your breath. Take some deep breaths. So you saw how with the chair you can use the seat of the chair as your floor and do the same thing. You may not be able to raise your arm quite as much or stretch your arm, but try your best. The next asana we are going to do is called Marjarasana, the cat pose. So again, you take a tabletop position. Remember to spread your fingers out because you want to have a good base and make sure your back is flat to start with. And now as you breathe in, start arching your spine downwards and use your tailbone, raise it to make that arch really good. Look up and raise your tailbone. Stay there for a little bit, don't hold your breath. Just shallow breaths for a few seconds. And now as you breathe out, start arching your spine upwards. Tuck your tailbone in and look down. Try to get a nice arch upwards of your spine. Now let's do the reverse again. Breathe in and arch your spine downwards. Raise your tailbone. Use your tailbone to make that arch really good. Look up. And now raise your arch upwards. Tuck your tailbone. Look down. And now see if without moving your hands, you can sit on your heels, those of us who are on the floor. And then look from side to side. Stop in the middle. As you come up, raise your tailbone, raise your arch upwards, tuck your tailbone, look down, and then once again, arch your spine downwards, look up, raise your tailbone, and bring your back to neutral, to a tabletop, and sit for a few seconds to catch your breath. Now in Marjarasana, you can see you're really stretching your spine like you've never stretched it before. You try to raise your tailbone as much as you can while you arch your spine downwards. And then you raise your spine upwards and tuck your tailbone. That really helps to stretch your spine in two opposite directions. Up and then down, but as well as you can. You know, that strong spine helps us to stand upright. You know, where your spine weakens, you start slouching, and there are people who are half bent because of back pain. A strong spine can help to keep your back upright, to help you stay upright. And next we are going to do some standing postures. Many of them we've done before. So remember that when you're doing them with the chair, you can always hold on to the chair. Okay? So we'll start with Vrikshasana, which of course you've done many, many times. So you're going to stand with your feet parallel to each other. First stand in Tadasana. Your arms by your side, roll your shoulders back. This helps to improve your posture. And then we're going to start looking at one spot in front of us and take a couple of deep breaths. And then slowly put your weight in your left foot. Raise your right heel and just stand there looking at one spot in front of you to see if you've got your balance. Once you feel that all your weight is in your left foot, slowly raise your right foot, place it as high as possible in your groin. Now if you can't put it that high, don't put it against your knee. Put it near your calf muscle or even near your ankle. See if you can hold a namaste. If you think you can hold your namaste and you've got your balance, see if you can do the branches. And then see if you can bring your palms together. And come out of it. Now put your weight in your right foot. Raise your left heel. Stand there for a little bit. Look at that one spot in front of you. If you've got your balance, if your breath is steady, lift your left foot. Place it as high as you can near your groin, not near your knee. If you have your balance, do a namaste. If you lose your balance, don't worry, just get back, try again. Do the branches. Put the palms together and come out of it. Stand in Tadasana. Now here all your weight is in separate legs at the, when you're doing it on your left leg or your right leg. So all your weight is on that one leg. That helps to build strength and in your bones, especially of the hips and your legs. And now we are going to do an asana that we did last week. And then we can move it backwards a little bit, back. not there. In the middle. Okay, so now we are going to stand with our heels at the edge of the mat. And maybe what I'll do is I'll show you first and then we'll show it to you on the chair, okay? Let me show you this. We've done it last week, but just to show you again. Move your feet as far apart as is comfortable for you. Keep your feet parallel. They should not be out like that. They should be parallel to each other. Okay? Hold your hands at your hip joint. Then turn your left foot out like that, so that the outer edge of your left foot is parallel to the mat. Make sure that your hips don't turn this way. They should be facing forward. Then bend your left knee and adjust your feet if you need to move further apart, keeping your hips in the center. And now raise your arms up and look at the fingertips of your left hand. This is Virabhadrasana 2. It's a warrior 2. And then from this pose, we go into Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. So you put your left elbow on your left thigh. You keep your right arm parallel to your face. And you stay here for a little bit. Then you bring your right hand to your right hip. Raise your left knee up. Turn your left foot in. Stand for just to catch your breath, one deep breath. And then turn your right foot out so that your outer edge of your right foot is in parallel to the back edge of the mat. Bend your right knee. Raise your arms up. Look at your fingertips of the right hand. And then let's do Parsvakonasana. Then bring your hand to your left hip. Raise your knee up. Turn your foot in so both feet are parallel to each other. And then let's do a wide-legged forward bend. So hold on to your hip joints and bend forward. Slide your hands down if you want. Put your fingertips on the floor. See if you can put your palms flat on the floor. Stay there for a little while. Bring your hands to your hip joints. Come up with a straight back. And then move your feet together and stand in Tadasana. And now we'll show it on the chair. So you put your left thigh, move further there. Yeah. So you move your left thigh on the chair. You stretch that leg out. Move further out, no? Can I do it?
I'm getting off the chair.
So I'll do it for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit at the edge of the chair like this. So your thigh is on the chair. Your right leg is stretched out. This is Virabhadrasana 2. You're going to look at your fingertips. And then for Parsvakonasana, you do this. Same thing on the other side. You put your whole thigh on the chair. Okay. Raise your arms up. Look at your fingertips. Put your elbow on your thigh. And you're doing Parsvakonasana. And then come out of it. If you want to do the wide-legged forward bend, you just keep your legs apart. Hold on here. Bend forward. Put your hands down. and come up. Okay? Alright. So
It seems to be easier to do it on the floor, not on the chair.
yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. Now we are going to do what is called Trikonasana, triangle pose. For triangle pose, again you move your feet apart. Keep your feet parallel to each other. Okay? And then you turn your left foot out again. Your hips should be facing forward, not turning like that, facing forward. Then you raise your arms up. And then you move your shoulder forward like this. And then hold on near your ankle or anywhere you can. Hold on wherever you can. If you can put your fingertips on the floor, that's great. But if not, just hold on here. Raise your arm up. Your right hand fingertips are facing the ceiling. This is Trikonasana, triangle pose. Then bring your hand to your hip joint and come up straight. Turn your left foot in. Turn your right foot out. Raise your arms up. Move your shoulder forward like this. Then take your hand to your calf muscle or near your ankle. Keep your arms straight up. Don't have it here like that. Bent, nothing. Straight up. Stay here for a little bit. Then bring your hand to your hip joint and come up. That is triangle pose. On the chair, don't quite know how to do this. Okay. So on the chair, your knee will be bent. We had our knee straight, doing it the other way. Raise your arms up, and instead of putting your hand here, you're going to start taking your hand down. Raise your right arm up straight. That is triangle pose on the chair. On the other side, your entire leg comes on the bottom of the chair, and instead of doing this, you're going to take your hand down and keep this arm straight up. And come out of it.
It's time.
Okay. Oh, it's 11:30. So, let me turn the mat around. So I hope you got some of it. There are some asanas that we can do which are done lying on the floor. Now many of you don't want to go on the floor, so I'm not showing you those. But next week when we do the stretches on the back, I will point out which ones are relevant to building bone density. So although these are the special asanas that I've shown you today for building bone density, remember that all the postures that we are able to do, there are a lot we can't do because people use a chair, but whatever we do is helping the whole body in different ways. Okay? All right.
All right, so the thought of the day today is, it is better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Then the victory is yours. It cannot be taken from you, not by angels, not by demons, heaven or hell. It is better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Then the victory is yours. It cannot be taken from you, not by angels or by demons, heaven or hell.
Nice. So let's sit with our hands in Dhyan Mudra, and we'll chant 2 Oms and then the Shanti part to close the practice. Recha, Pura, thanks and namaste for the prayer. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityu ma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rub your palms together, spread the energy over your face, open your eyes.